Hey guys, Skypilot here, how you going? I have a quick little unboxing for you guys today. Good friends at Banggood, check them out down below guys as always. And on the front of this box I've got Eachine. Let's crack it open and see what we've got. QC is always very good with Eachine as well. Looks nicely packaged and just as I suspected. It looks like we have a Shadow Fiend, which is actually quite a good friend of the Flywoo Explorer. This is Eachine's answer to the current long-range FPV war that is going on at the moment. Before I delve into this little unit too much, straight off the bat it looks pretty nice. So let's see what we get in the box. Some nice padding here. We'll remove a spare battery rubber mount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Hurricane 4024 1.5mm dual blade props and a load of screws. What, no stickers? 2 battery straps, both of the same length. GPS on the rear here. When we speak long range, we're talking with a 4S 850, you're looking at around 14 minutes flight time, and with a 4S 3000 milliamp, you're looking at around a 27 minute flight time. So let's put it on the scales. This is my LiPo choice guys, 4S 850 graphene. God. Okay, let's put it on the scales. So just a dry weight without any props or batteries or anything like that, we're looking at 120 grams. And with our strap 854S LiPo and our 4 blades, we're looking at a grand total guys of 222 grams. Nice little motors on here. These are the T1404 2750 kV motors from Eachine. F405 flight controller in it. It's not an all-in-one, so we have our ESCs down the bottom, flight control up top, and our VTX up the rear here. And you'll see right at the back we've also got an Eachine GPS, so that if we do lose it during a long-range flight, we will hopefully be able to find it again. Getting back to the ESCs, looking at 20 amp, 3 or 6S 4-in-1s. That should do the job nicely. The frame looks quite nice. It's not quite the Dead Cat style, so I imagine you're going to get some props in view, which doesn't bother me too much. Top plate 3mm, bottom plate is 2mm, and it's got a nicely stamped angry looking face on it. We've certainly cut away a lot here to try and save weight. After all, the long ranges, it's all about weight saving. We have 20 by 20 mounting holes on this if you wish to add your own hardware at a later date. It has got a really nice camera on it guys, as we will certainly soon find out when I get it up in the sky. It's got the Caddx Turbo EOS 2 1200 TVL camera, which I've used this before, and it is a mighty fine camera. Plenty of room for adjustment here depending on your angle you desire to put it. USB on the side here, easily accessible as well. Looks quite well put together guys. It looks like quite a sturdy, strong, neat little flyer. Not too crammed inside, everything's spread out nicely. Speaking of the VTX up the rear here, it's the XF5806. It's a 5.8 gig of course, 40 channel, and you have switchable VTX between 0, 25, 100 or 300 milliwatts. So we are down on the milliwatts compared to your Flywoo, so it'll be interesting to see how we go with the range of this. It comes without a receiver, so I'll be putting a TVS Crossfire in. We don't have any issues with our radio range, so we can push that VTX and see exactly how far it goes. And with the GPS on the rear, you'll get an exact reading, so that's pretty good. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to put the props on, screws on, attach it to my radio. And if you haven't noticed, yes, I have a new radio. This thing is awesome. Check out my last video of unboxing of this. The Radio Master T16S Max. This thing's fabulous. So, where were we? Okay, props on, beta flights, attached to my radio. Looks pretty decent, guys. I'll be interested to see if it flies as well as the Flywoo, which is a terrific flyer. Let's get our crossfire receiver connected. So before I go any further, I have the TBS crossfire mounted in. What I'm going to do now is make sure it is connected properly before I go any further and put it back together. Okay, green light and green light. We are good to go. Let's hook it up to beta flight. Okay, the first thing you need to do, guys, make sure your UART5 is selected and your serial RX UART6 is selected. If that is the case, you should be able to go down to your receiver and you'll see we have a bit of chit chat going on between our radios, which is really good. So just make sure via your little screen down there that everything is running as it should be, and it looks pretty good. So I'm happy with that. Once you've done that, make sure your modes are set up correctly with your arms, your angles, horizons, etc. I have done a firmware upgrade on this. If you want to know about that, let me know. Otherwise, I suggest doing a firmware upgrade just so that you have the smoothest firmware running at the time. I haven't touched anything in the video transmitter. I'll do that in my next video. Motors are spinning correctly. We shall disconnect. And of course, if you want a copy of the CLI dump, let me know. I'll put it in my Google Docs. And what we're going to do is make sure motors and everything are connected and spinning as they should. Yes, that's really good. I'll put it back together now and let's get this thing up in the air. There we go, guys. I think we are all set. I'll just hold it here for a second if you guys need to know which way your props need to go. Okay, hopefully she's not going to flip over. Oh, looks good. Smash that thumbs up, guys. Any questions? You may have a couple for this unit. Eachine Shadow Fiend. Looking forward to some long range. Let's get cracking. See you next video. Thumbs up. Take it easy. Good to see you.